First of all, we'll need wax. The first wax we're going to use on the base is wax for hot scraping. It's always hydrocarbon. It's the softest wax that's available, and it's used for warming up the base, cleaning the base without chemicals, and from there, once we've hot scraped, we'll move on to our finish wax. My finish waxes are always hydrocarbon, and we're always going to be bathing the base in hydrocarbon wax. This is going to keep it fast and replenished so it always runs well. For scraping the wax off of the base, we need a plastic scraper. After scraping, we move on to brushes. Brushes come in different types. This is a bronze. This is a nylon. And it's directional. All of my brushes have arrows on them, so I know that they go in that direction. And the last brush I'm showing you here is a horsehair or possibly a boar's hair brush. These are used for finishing off and removing static from the base. For cleaning up the side edge, the bindings, and anywhere that you might have dripped wax, we use a kitchen scrubby. I have a Panzer file on my bench. The Panzer file's there, along with some 220 grit paper, to help clean up and sharpen my scraper so my scraping is very quick and efficient. Fiberline is a synthetic paper cloth that's used for polishing the base. You get rid of any micro hairs or anything that's been brought up by filing, and it also cleans the base and polishes. Let's talk about the care of the scraper. For the scraping to be done quickly and efficiently, the scraper has to be smooth, clean, and sharp. I go to my Panzer file on my bench. I'll hold my scraper at 90 degrees with both hands and run it smoothly against the blades of the Panzer file to clean, sharpen, and renew my scraper. Smooth, clean strokes make my scraper smooth and efficient. This, however, is not the only way to clean the scraper or sharpen the scraper. You can also do it efficiently with some paper. My paper of choice is 220 grit, and you'll need a clean, flat spot on your bench that doesn't have any debris on it. Move your paper over, hold it with one hand, using your fingers as a guide, slide the scraper at 90 degrees to your bench, back and forth, and you can see the material that's coming off, and this is effectively sharpening and smoothing out my scraper at the same time so that it takes much less effort and energy to scrape. In using the scraper, I set my thumbs behind the scraper just above the edges, and I make nice, clean, smooth strokes. In some cases you can overlap. You can see here on a brand new ski with nice clean strokes, I'm pulling off a lot of dirt and debris from the base. I'll repeat this process for you one more time. Notice how my thumbs are above the edge. You can see the pressure on my thumbs, and I'm pushing cleanly down the entire ski base. And once again, you can see how much junk and debris can be in a ski that appears to be clean. In terms of brushing, always follow the direction that's on your brushes. I use two hands, and I line myself up energetically and ergonomically to be able to make smooth overlapping strokes with a fair amount of pressure down the ski. If you watch closely behind my brush, you'll see the debris that's being brought up out of the pattern that's in the base. So what we're trying to do essentially is get rid of just the last tiny particles of wax by using the brush after scraping. I'm showing you now how to use Fiberline. Fiberline you can keep right on the roll, and with a light amount of pressure, you can rub it back and forth across the base to, one, clean up any debris, and also get rid of any micro hairs that might be left on the base material itself. You can refresh your paper by constantly tearing off the used part, throwing it out, and polishing again. You can see the dirt that's coming off on the Fiberline.